Claire apologizes for keeping Victoria and Nikki waiting when she gets at the ranch. When they see that she is trembling, Nikki inquires as to whether Ian Ward is involved. Claire claims that although it's not, it's as awful. Before she continues, she says they must agree to keep this between them. They concur, and Claire claims that Jordan has gotten out of jail. She just had a face-to-face conversation with her while she was in Genoa City. Victor must hear it from Nikki. She can't, Claire informs her. Nikki says she's sorry, and Victoria says they'll wait. Jordan is resentful, Claire informs them, but she doesn't specify how she left or how long she's been in the area. If she doesn't obtain what she wants, she will remain in the world. Phyllis assures Daniel that the day at Crimson Lights is full with opportunities. The redhead tells Billy to sit down when he enters. She was merely informing Daniel that they present a unified front and will stop at nothing to prevent the filthy Newmans from touching Chancellor. Daniel will be given a corner office when they do. Billy inquires as to if Daniel has chosen his chair yet or if he is heading in the opposite direction. Daniel believes that facing Victor and his limitless riches is brave. Tell me how many times you've already defeated him. However, do you too believe you can do it now? Although it's virtually a national hobby right now to assume he's going to fail, Billy is okay with Daniel doubting him. However, his mother can accomplish nearly anything she sets her mind to. Phyllis feels noticed. Although Daniel is happy that her mother has refocused her energies and is looking to the future, he advises her to use those energies and concentrate for something entirely different and not owned by Victor Newman. According to Phyllis, this is about proving to Victor that he is not the owner of the universe and about justice. Billy's mother is going to assist him in solving this difficulty. They lose when they oppose Victor, Daniel reminds them. His mother should not be involved in this conflict. Daniel is implying that he will bring them both down, Billy assumes. At Society, Victor meets Nick. His son gripes that although his squad is excellent, they are nothing compared to Sharon. What did Ian say? Victor asks. Nick claims that he spit forth pointless nonsense. He told him that there would be hell to pay if he injured Sharon or any other member of the family. Nick keeps thinking that he isn't working alone. Victor speculates that Heather's death, Sharon's abduction, and the tainted medications might have been caused by someone else. Exactly, replies Nick. They can follow them to Sharon if they locate that individual. Sharon groans in the sewer and exclaims that she must escape. Billy asks Daniel whether he believes their mission is doomed because of him at Crimson Lights. Although Daniel is unable to explain, it is his battle, not Phyllis's. Billy claims that his mother will be compensated for her important role. As Daniel notes, if you win. He believes his mother ought to focus her efforts on something sensible. They can accomplish this, according to Phyllis. Daniel reminds her that Billy had iced her out. Billy claims to be correct, but Jill then gave him a deadline. He ultimately lost all faith in his mother, even though he believed he could trust her. Daniel doesn't understand why pursuing Victor makes sense. With Phyllis on his side, Billy forecasts a significant victory. Daniel makes fun of their self-assurance and asks them to explain their strategy. At this moment, Billy is unwilling to share it. Victor believes Nick is correct about Ian collaborating with someone at Society. They must be always searching for someone else, or maybe more. Time is running out, according to Victor. Victoria and Nikki are shocked that Claire didn't call the police at the property. Claire claims that Jordan's words to her are to blame. She returned to get me. She can never harm her again, according to Victoria. Nikki concurs. She'll never get the opportunity. According to Claire, there was more to it than just a threat. Loneliness, pain. She expressed to her the importance of seeing her once more. Victoria lets out a startled "You did what?" Nikki informs Claire that regardless of what Jordan stated, she must have committed another crime. Victoria interrupts. Claire wants to start by telling them everything. She informs them that Jordan hinted that someone had replaced her and that the prison verified her presence. "This is madness," says Nikki, holding her head up. Claire is asked how she met her. Claire claims that she followed her from the coffee shop to the Overlook. This is such a risky decision, in Victoria's opinion. According to Claire, she couldn't let her go. She told Jordan that only she understood her and that she didn't belong with the family. She followed her instincts and told her what she wanted to hear. "I told a lie." Billy will not be coerced into telling Daniel anything at Crimson Lights. He concludes that Billy lacks a plan as a result. This is a battle they know they can win, Phyllis assures her son. Both Daniel and they benefit from it. He now has something in his life because of this. A stage on which to display his brilliance. Daniel claims that without Billy and Chancellor, they can still enjoy such things. He doesn't need it if she is doing this for him. With no one else involved, Daniel would think about collaborating with his mother on a novel project. Daniel admits to Phyllis that he neglected their collaboration while attempting to help Lucy get through the holidays, but that the moment has come. "I can get over video games," he tells her. Abbott Chancellor is still the idea, according to Phyllis. Daniel advises Billy to establish a strategy, carry it out, and then try a different approach if it doesn't work. He cannot rely on that for his future. It might be theirs and not a fragment of someone else's fantasy if he and Phyllis collaborated. Just give it some thought. He leaves because he needs to go retrieve Lucy. Well, thinks Billy. Her son is fine, according to Phyllis. Billy claims that knowing where he stands is helpful. Where he stands on Abbott Chancellor is rather obvious. Phyllis is going to win him over. Billy has to know whether she is with him or not. The text says, "Get the Young and Restless newsletter from Soaps. Subscribe to receive daily recaps, spoilers, exclusive interviews, and breaking news alerts delivered directly to your inbox. https://cloud.email.soaps.com/signup." Victor promises Nick at Society that he would stop at nothing to bring Sharon home. They're buying time if she wasn't discovered in the water. According to Nick, no ransom demand has been made. Victor thinks they're planning something, but it's not murder. The thought of her being imprisoned somewhere is driving Nick insane. Victor claims that no one will harm her because she is the mother of his grandkids. Ian Ward will pay a heavy price if this is him. Chance sends Nick a message about a recent development, inviting him to visit. Claire informs Victoria and Nikki at the ranch that she managed to reach Jordan. She sincerely hoped that her statements on the Newmans were true. She talks of the joy in her eyes when she believed she would support her and hold on to her. Victoria gets shivers from it all. Nikki assures Claire that she won't have to see her ever again. Jordan will never give up, so Claire thinks she must. Newman's security cannot keep her out, and no prison can contain her. There is just one path. Jordan must be permanently stopped. Victoria tells her to go more slowly. Claire claims that she took Nikki's sobriety and Victoria's child. There will never be freedom or safety for them. This cannot happen to me again. She is giving her aunt too much credit, according to Victoria. Claire asserts that she is returning and that they must avoid repeating their mistakes. She will cause more harm to others. She will murder once again. There isn't another option. They must put an end to Jordan's evil since she will never stop wreaking havoc on this earth. They must act fast to prevent her from killing again. Jordan must perish. Nick needs to know Victor's strategy for Ian at Society. Victor claims that he is attacking him from every angle. He has spoken with Adam and Michael. Nick claims that Michael can use the legal system to pursue him, but what can Adam do? Victor claims that Adam will use Newman Media to remind everyone of Ian's true identity. That's fine with Nick, but he has to find Sharon quickly. Victor promises that if it's their last act, they will locate her. Sharon struggles in the sewage and drinks some water. Nikki understands at the ranch that Claire intends to exterminate Jordan, but she's talking about killing him. She will think about her more than ever if she ends her life. She has first-hand knowledge. Jordan will have triumphed, even in death. Even if it is true, Claire's difficulty is that she doesn't believe it. The cost of keeping them safe is little. Victoria and Nikki beg that this is not the way so they won't lose her. According to Claire, Jordan will kill again if given the opportunity. If another person passes away because she lacked the strength to do something. According to Nikki, it is not her duty. Claire believes it is. She assisted her. She will be her accomplice if she does nothing. They had to finally put a stop to her. Billy informs Phyllis at Crimson Lights that he observed her during Daniel's conversation. When he brought up the idea of working together, he could see that she brightened. He is aware of that, yet when he adds, teamwork, he doesn't think she can trust him. Phyllis notes that she and Billy are seated there. He believes she is deserving of Chancellor's top position. She shouldn't play nice, in his opinion. If she desires to wait for a reward with Daniel while sitting in a corner. He is told to quit discussing her son by Phyllis. Billy hasn't given any information. The trenches are where we are. She anticipates that he will review everything with her. Billy discloses that he had hinted at the strategy to others before Daniel. Phyllis raises her hands in the air. Is he seeing someone else? Going through Victor's family is the best way to get him, Billy informs her. Adam is the most sensible aim. How will that get him back to being Chancellor, wonders Phyllis. Billy will ruin Victor's black sheep son. That's your plan? Asks Phyllis. That's your whole strategy. Billy thinks that simplicity is beautiful. What will he say about him that hasn't been said before? Phyllis asks. It will be a multifaceted attack, according to Billy. They will destroy him until Newman suffers financial losses. Any amount of time invested will be worthwhile because the journey itself is the reward. Phyllis moans. She's thinking. She has no issue with his desire to crush his adversary. Billy maintains that using Adam is the most effective approach to reach Victor. Phyllis inquires as to whether he would rather have Chelsea or his company returned. Billy dislikes dishonest people. This is not a plot for retaliation. He seems to be trying to exact revenge on Adam for ruining their relationship, according to Phyllis. It's not a strategy, it's a vendetta. This is a man's lofty vision as he spins off once more. Billy, it's not good. Chance informs Victor and Nick at Society that they have something on Sharon, but they don't know where it is. They collected video showing that on the night in question, Sharon was approached from behind as she got out of her car. Someone covered her face with a handkerchief, passed out, and was placed in the back seat. They don't know for sure who it was. In an attempt to acquire a better view of the driver, they are examining paths to the river. Nick is furious that they must identify the driver right away. We locate them, and we locate Sharon. Chance plays the video of Sharon getting chloroformed for Nick and Victor. According to Nick, the individual is unquestionably shorter than Ian. They seem familiar in some way. You know, to me as well, replies Victor. Nick questions whether it's a familiar face. Sharon yells and cries as she makes her way to the black pipe in the sewer, eventually kicking it with her foot. She soon has it in her grasp and begins pounding it against the chain in an attempt to break it. Victoria and Nikki pitch Victor for advice at the ranch. According to Claire, he hasn't yet silenced Jordan. There is no other option. Anyone who gets in the way of Jordan getting her retribution will be killed. Unless they permanently stop her, everyone they know is in danger. They will use her as a bait and do to her what she intended to do to them. I refuse to allow Jordan to harm anybody else. Jordan will die, but we can either do this together or I can do it alone.